Hello guys! Before the video starts, I just want to thank Volterion and the Fly Penguin for taking the channel one step closer to 100 subs and the cat reveal. With that said, let's start! Has this ever happened to you?
Hey Brim, we need some smokes. Don't worry fam, I got you. What the f... No. Hey Brim, this is not how you smoke. Yes. No, you don't smoke like this, I will show you how to smoke. Okay.
Let's solve this together.
So, starting off, who are the controllers? Well, it's these guys, these four. And Viper's an exception. She is a little bit special, and you can't play Viper as effectively on all maps, but she's a lot more effective on those maps. You should play Viper instead. Yeah, so starting off with a common rule across all four, but Viper's smoke is on her Q, so you won't have it all the time, and it needs lineups and stuff, but if you play smokes, place them like this. So how do you place your smokes? Never ever place your smoke like this, because this gives the opponent space, a lot more space than they should have, because this jet can swing from out like this, out like this, out like this. She can swing from all angles, and we don't want to play fair. We want to give them as much of a disadvantage as possible, so we place the smoke deep. Now when the jet walks out, she can only walk one way, and you can just you will see her first and you can shoot her. She's dead. Yeah, so that's the basics of how to place your smokes. All controllers have a secondary role, and it is divided this way. Our Brim is a little bit in the middle, but these two, Astra and Viper, their second role is both Sentinel. When they are done with the smokes, except Viper can be played as a pure Sentinel on a lot of maps, but yeah, when they're done with smoking, they basically become a Sentinel, and on attack you hold the post plant, and on defense you just try to slow down the pushes as much as possible with the Astra Suck and Stun and the Viper Mollies plus Smoke combo. Brim both has the Molly for post plant and slowing the pushes, but he also has the Steam Beacon to initiate a push really quickly. And Omen is more a duelist slash initiator oriented controller, because his paranoia, it's a really big flash, so it's really good for making space, as well as when you combo it with his TP, you can get a lot of space really quickly, but he is worse at pure smoking. So if you have a lack of duelists on your team, which rarely happens, choose Omen. Or if you feel like your team isn't pushing in, like the duelists are just baiting you, pick Omen. Otherwise I would recommend these three. And overall I think Astra and Viper are a little bit better, but Brimstone has his niches on some maps, and he has a really good ulti for post plant and Plantanile, so these two are really like tied, in my opinion. Omen is great, but he is worse at the pure supportive element of the controller, so in my opinion these two are better. Now for each map and what controller, I would suggest you to pick if you are on this map. So first off, we have Ascent. On Ascent, I would pick either Brim or Astra. Brim is basically because he can place 3 smokes at once. He can smoke like this here. And get a lot of space really quickly. But Astra, she has overall better post plant and plant denial, and she's better at slowing the pushes overall. So yeah, it depends on what your playstyle is. Yeah, you can pick either. It depends. With Astra, you're a little bit more defender-sided. So, yeah. If you're playing with a lot of Sentinels, don't pick Astra. Pick Brim instead to balance out the team comp. Yeah, that's it for Ascent. And now for Bind. On Bind, I really want to say just Brim. Just because his ulti is really good for both TPs. If they go TP, you can get 3 kills easy. And for the post plant, ulti is also really good. And also for executing B site, you need 3 smokes for this safe play, which I do a lot. You just get a quick plant right here. Otherwise, the other controllers, they need to smoke either like this or like this, or they could even smoke like this. But I would recommend playing Brim on Bind. Now for Haven. Haven is kind of wide, so I would recommend Astra. But both Brim and Omen also work. Sometimes even Viper can work, but it's harder, I suppose. But yeah, either one of these works. And as I said before, Omen if you don't have Duelist, Astra if you don't have Sentinels, and Brim if you just want a balance. But I think Astra is the best one by far because it's so wide. Now to Split, which is no longer in rotation, but I'm gonna go over it anyway because this is Omen's map. Because you can create so many one ways. Like here, you can place a one way here. Here you can place a one way. I think there's some in mid like this. One here, one here. You can just everywhere there is Omen one ways, and this is really beneficial for Omen on Split. But unfortunately, Split is no longer in rotation, so that doesn't really matter anymore. On Icebox, you should only pick Viper. And this is the reason. There is so many angles and it's so open, the site, so you need a wall to cut off all the angles at once. And the same for A. Really simple. You just throw the wall down and cut as many angles as you can. And it's the same thing on Breeze. You should only pick Viper. And it's basically because of this. If we try with Omen, for example, I only have 2 smokes to place at once. I place one here, I place one here. There is still a lot of angles. I place this one here instead. There's still a lot of angles. I place one here, I place one here. There's this angle still. Like this. They can hold here, from here. It's not good to pick any other controller than Viper. And for Fracture, either Brim or Viper. Because if you're splitting the team every time, then Omen and Astra can work, but you're not gonna do that all the time, and then you will need to smoke off this as well. Then you need 3 smokes to be able to take site safely, or you can just place down your Viper wall like this. Or you can tilt it like this, and then you have this space for your team splitting. but yeah. I personally play more Viper than Brim on Fracture, because I feel like the wall is more useful than Brim smokes in this example. Now on to the last map, Pearl. I once again recommend Brim or Viper. But if you already have a Viper on your team, you can play Omen or Astra as well. I would recommend playing double controller on this map. I think it will be really viable in at least high levels of play, simply because of this wall. Really easy and simple plant, or you can even do this and then let your other controller, Brim Astra or Omen, smoke off this, and then you get really easy, a lot of space really easily. And also on A, you can do this. But you also kinda need a traditional controller to get mid control, which probably will be very important on Pearl. With that said, Brim or Viper, if you already have a Viper or another controller, I would recommend playing one traditional controller and Viper, but if you can't have one traditional controller, just pick Viper or Brim. And why Brim, why not Omen or Astra? It's because he has 3 smokes at once, and this site has more than 3 entrances. So you need 3 smokes. You can't do it just 2. Then you need to split. Now for some in-game examples. As I said before,
Launching smoke.
don't smoke like this. Now I can show you in-game. I guess I can pick from here. Then I get some partial cover from
Right here.
main, while I can still see here. And also I can quickly just run up these stairs, or just walk up straight, or go back to boathouse, or no, not boathouse, switch. I'm sorry. But if I place the smoke like this, as you see, there's just a wall. Then if I walk out, I can only walk out one way, and they will see me first. So I don't really get much space when I'm smoked off like this. But if the enemies have smoked me off like this, I can smoke.
Launching smoke.
Like I just reverse smoke them, and I can give the space to myself. Give back the space to myself, I guess. Yeah. Now for countering one-ways. Let's say there's a one-way here. I don't know, it's not really a one-way. It's maybe if you stand here, but with Omen this is a one-way. What you basically do is you just extend the one-way down to then give you this space. Then you can peek around like this, and it gives you cover from yeah, it stops the one way basically. So that's also a really important skill to know. And now I will show you how to place your Viper wall. You basically want to cut off as many angles while not giving them as much space as as little space as you need. This wall is really common on A site.
Toxins going up.
As you can see, this is you can't hide in this. They can see. And the only angle you have to worry about is this one, and maybe if someone peeks from here. Otherwise, you basically get a free plant here. But watch out for the spray from here. But yeah, you basically just cut the site in two, so you get one half for free, and the other half you will have to fight for. And a really good combo is just a pop flash through the wall and you can walk out. Now some other tips and tricks with controllers. I would recommend buying Phantom instead of Vandal on controllers because of the no tracers. So if you're spraying through your own smoke, the enemies can't tell where you're shooting from. With a classic, for example, they can see the tracer, but with Phantom they can't. And you will shoot through your own smokes a lot. You can get a lot of free kills like this. Then you hear them stomping. Just spray in bursts, not in like this. And I would recommend shooting the right side and the left side, because how often do you walk out like this through a smoke? You don't ever. You hug this wall, peek like this. You hug this wall and you peek like this. So shoot the left side or the right side, not in the middle. They won't be in the middle. And also, as a controller, your job is to smoke and don't die until you have used your smokes. So basically, don't take unnecessary risks. Play your life. It's not your job to entry frag, but if your team is dog water, go. Just create space by yourself then. And as I said, I would recommend Omen for that, but if you're playing Viper and you need to, just do it. But yeah, basically play your life, let your duelists entry frag like they're supposed to do, and when you've used your util and you've gotten the plant down, then you're free to like go for other plays like post plant lineups or lurks or whatever. Also with Viper, when you're retaking a site, you just cross. If imagine I have the wall placed like I did before, just cross the wall. Then you get this space for free. Then you walk out like this, pop flash through the wall that went like this. Now you have this space, and you drop the wall and just take the fight here, and you have this space. Really easy, really simple. And that's basically it for my controller guide. So go click subscribe. At 100 subscribers I will have my cat reveal and Daddy Brimstone.
Let's go.